Hi everybody, Alex here from Expert Forex, and in this video we're going to be talking about Forex trading edges, in fact trading edges overall, and how those edges when combined can produce amazing results, over $1 million results. And we're going to be looking at the new 7-edge Forex Robot that has all the major edges built into it. Now, the 7-edge robot was previously known as the Cross Shifty EA. We're going to be launching this one in the next week or so. But here are some of the tests that are coming through, and here you can see a $5 million profit result trading $10,000 over a year using the US 30 index. And then we've tested all the other indexes that produce really good results. And then if we look at Forex, again we see some nice results, over $1 million trading the pound yen over the same period. And we've also tested things like silver and gold, and they all are producing magnificent results. Almost $1 million in gold, and in silver well over $1 million, $1.6 million. So it's a very versatile EA and also produces these huge results. And we're going to go through these 7 edges that have produced these great results. Now, this is the first video that explains the EA in a lot of detail. We are going to be launching this video at the end of next week. So please watch any further videos that come out and that talk about this particular EA and give you more information. It is a trending EA. It waits around until there's a major trend, and when it catches that trend, it makes phenomenal income. And we're going to look at how it catches those trends and stays in those trends and produces these phenomenal results. Okay, so what is an edge? An edge is where you have created a winning trading advantage in the market. In other words, a system or a technique or an EA or something like that that gives you an advantage over the market that produces nice profits. That's as simple as what an edge is. Now, for instance, to take an example, the casino has an edge over the gamblers that gamble in the casino. And that is why you see these massive casinos in Las Vegas and these massive hotels around them, all funded from the edge that the casino has over the gamblers. And sometimes this edge is a tiny edge, but it can produce millions and millions of dollars. Now in Forex, the same applies. If you have an edge over the market, you can really produce substantial income. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the 7-edge Forex Robot, and I'm going to go through the 7 edges that this robot provides. And firstly, it's the creative use of trading tools, and we'll look at the MA offset, the moving average offset, and show you how that works. Then we have clear and consistent entry and exit criteria or signals. Now, in many systems rely on objectivity and things like that. This system, there is no gray areas. It's black or white. It's either a buy signal or a sell signal. So it's very clear signals. And then if you can create a system that has that, you have an edge in the market. And then staying in the trend until it ends is one of the biggest problems traders have over the decades. So many traders catch a nice trade, they cash it in, and then they see it run for another 100 or 200 pips. And that is a problem that traders battle with all the time. This EA solves that problem completely. Then the saying in trading is to sell the highs and buy the lows, and that obviously is the answer to trading, and we have created a way of making sure that our sells are based on the highs created in the market, and the buys are based on the lows that have been created in the market. Now, the biggest edge that I think is there is that you need to add to your winning positions. You cannot earn substantial money in this market by trading a fixed lot all the time. You need to add to your winning positions, and there's many ways that you can do that. This EA provides two ways. It has a multiplier effect, and it also has a effect where you can risk a fixed percentage of your account. So there are two multipliers in this particular EA. Then when trends change, you need to neutralize the effect of those trades very quickly. You either need to hedge or use trailing stops or break-even stops, that type of thing. So that will give you a big edge on a continuously traded system. And then lastly, as you've actually seen already, you need to be able to spread your risk over a number of currencies, a number of instruments like indexes, like gold and silver, crypto, and all that type of thing. And by spreading your risk like that, you are creating an edge in the market where unfavorable conditions in the market will not blow your account or expose you to excessive risk. Now, I've already explained how the 7-edge Forex Robot works in a previous video, and on your screen you can see this previous video and the link to that video. By the way, all the links in this video will be in the description and in the commentary of the video. So have a look at that one for more background. It was only produced last week, and you can see it's had some really good views, and it was a very popular video. Now, in that previous series, we discussed the sensitivity of indicators and how it is important to have a sensitive indicator but not have lots of whipsaws. Now, on your screen, you can see a moving average that's been added to the price movement, and how moving averages work is when the price closes at over the top of the moving average, it is a buy signal. When it closes at the bottom, it's a sell signal. Now, the problem with this moving average, as you can see, it is very sensitive. It's a 4 moving average, but the price continuously is closing above and below, above and below, and above and below. So it is creating a lot of whipsaws, and therefore we need to find ways to get rid of the whipsaws. Now, one of the ways that the 7-edge EA works is it uses a moving average that has been offset, and I'll show you how that works. We'll put another moving average on there, and here's the current one. It's 4, and I'm just going to make the next one a yellow color to distinguish it, and this one I'm going to offset by 6. In other words, shift it into the future by 6. Now, have a look at what that does. Firstly, what it does is, instead of having a whole lot of whipsaws happening, you can see the whipsaws happening there, happening all over the show, over here, whipsaws, whipsaws, whipsaw. Now, what we're saying is that the entries and exits, the buy signals now don't apply to when the price moves over or under the moving average. It now applies when these moving averages cross, and as you can see, there's a buy signal, and it avoids all those whipsaws going up. There's a whipsaw, there's a whipsaw, all over. If you come down here, you can see quite a few whipsaws happening there. So it's a way of eliminating the whipsaw. So it gives you an edge in the market to trade an offset moving average. In fact, you don't need to use both at the same time. A lot of traders only use the offset moving average, and when the price crosses that, they will buy or sell depending on which direction that crossover has occurred. So a lot of traders actually just use offset moving averages rather than the plain ones. So that's edge number 1. Now, edge number 2 is actually using the crossover signal from a normal moving average with an offset moving average. Now, the reason for that is that that signal is crystal clear. When the normal moving average moves over the offset moving averages from the top to the bottom, that is a sell signal. It's crystal clear. That decision is made when the candle closes. There's no gray areas. That is a crystal clear signal. And that is another big edge. If you have absolutely crystal clear signals that do not require objectivity by the trader, that is an edge in the market. You don't have to double think about it. If the transaction happens, that's what happens. So that is edge number 2. Now edge number 3 is also shown on the chart, in that it will keep you in a trend until the trend is over. So if you take this trend over here, it kept us in the trend. Over there was a whipsaw right in the beginning of this trend, and it would have taken you out and you would have missed the whole rest of that trend. So here, using the 2 moving averages, they keep you in the big trends for a very long time. And you go down here, even there was the start of the trend that didn't cross quite, and it took us out over there. So it keeps you, and then it's still in the trend right now. There it goes down there. So it is a way of keeping you in the trend all the time. And that is a big edge. Traders battle with this problem of cashing in too early a lot, and this particular way of using the moving averages solves that problem. Okay, so that is edge number 3. Okay, now edge number 4 is buying the lows in the market and selling the highs, because that's how you make a profit. And the one way of doing that, when you're using indicator-based techniques, now how that works is you only use sell signals that are based on the high of the indicator, and you only use buy signals that are based on the low of the indicator. Now on your screen you can actually see 2 sets of charts. The one is the buy chart and the other one is the sell chart. The buys only use the lows and the sells only use the highs. Now you can, just by looking at these charts, you can see how low the low moving averages are and how much higher the high moving averages are for buys. And the reverse here, you can see a low moving average crossover there, but there you can see a high moving average crossover for sells. And that gives you quite a big advantage in the market. It's a pip advantage and a timing advantage, which is absolutely fantastic. So just to give you an idea here, if I have to click on that, you'll see this particular indicator that is used for buy signals is based on the low. So you go in there, you choose low, and that's how the buy signals are taken there. On this particular one, the sell signals are taken from the high of the price movement. It's a very simple thing, but it does give you a massive advantage in the market, in that you tend to enter earlier and you tend to get out of the trades later, and at the same time they keep you in the trade for a very, very long time. I must stress that that's one of the biggest advantages of this particular system. Okay, so now we're going to look at how this 7-edge Forex Robot allows you to add to your positions when the trades occur. Now, traditionally what happens is, let's say a trend gets identified, you would enter a sell and you just go with that sell all the way down, exit there, and you've made X amount of profit. Now, imagine if you could enter a sell on every single candle going down that particular trend. So as a new candle opens, the EA says, are we still in a sell trend? If we are, I'm going to enter another sell. So it keeps on entering sells, keeps on entering sells all the way down. Look how you could have made possibly 10 times the amount of money by doing that in a trend. So you just keep on buying when there's a buy trend, and you keep on selling when there's a sell trend. Up here you go buy all the way, and sell all the way. So that is one of the other advantages, we call it the multiplier effect. And it is present in a number of our EAs, but that is how the multiply, because we multiply your successful trades as you're going along. So that is another important edge. The other multiplier that is built into this EA is a percentage of your account. Instead of risking the same lot size on every trade and maybe only on one trade and trading it down there, what we're saying is that the more successful you are, the more you cash in positive deals, the bigger your lot sizing becomes. So you're always risking more when you're successful, and you're always risking less when you're unsuccessful. And here is the actual 7-edge robot. Let's go and actually show you how that works. Very simple. Here's the setting: maximum trades open at any one time. You can set that to any number. You can set that to 20, and when you catch a trade, a trend, it will continuously enter trades for you. But don't worry, there are stops and targets and all kinds of things that help you with that particular one. And then here is the way you can size your trades, and you can decide on percentage of account or free margin, percentage of account equity, or even a percentage account balance. So that allows you to size your account upwards when you're in a very successful run, and that is why this EA produces these magnificent results. And those two, the multiplier and the impact of increasing your lot sizing, is a major edge in Forex trading. Believe me, you will never get rich by trading one lot for one entire transaction like this one that I showed you down here. You will only do that if you're firstly increasing your positions in the trend, and also increasing your lot sizing in a particular trend. Okay, so now we're on to the next edge, and the next edge is all about handling bad situations in the market. So a bad situation, for instance, is, oh, I'm in a trend, I've opened a couple of sales here, I'm in it, oh, the trend has just changed. What do I do with those open trades? So you need to be able to manage those open trades. So we have a number of ways of doing that to give you the edge when that particular happens. It doesn't solve it entirely, but it reduces the losses that you might incur. So the first one is a break-even stop. So if any of those open trades are already positive, you will be stopped out at break-even. The other one is a trailing stop. So the stop will actually follow your transaction and stop you out, hopefully in a very positive position, and that's the job of a trailing stop. The other one is a hedging effect, and that means that if you have a few sales open when the trend changes into a buy trend, then those open trades will be offset against open trades in the buy trend. So you'll have a hedging effect. You won't make a profit or loss, but it will hedge your potential losses on those trades facing the wrong way. And that hedging is actually very advantageous in this particular EA, because often the trend only makes a temporary correction and then continues, and in that particular period when it's making that false change, those transactions are nicely hedged. That is your next major edge in this particular EA. Now, the last edge that you can use when using the 7-edge robot, and I've already shown you that to a certain degree, is to use a portfolio approach. And in other words, what you do is you trade the most successful currencies for this particular robot together with the most successful indices for this particular robot, together with the most successful metals for this particular robot, together with the most successful cryptocurrencies. So what you have, you stack the odds in your favor to be successful. Now, because this is a trending EA, it means that there will be a stage where the currency market goes sideways and doesn't produce results, at those times maybe the crypto market is trending, maybe the silver market, the gold market, the index market is trending. So that's how you also balance your portfolio to make sure that there is at least a bit of trading happening when trends happen, and that you are not tied to maybe one currency and one set of settings, and you rely on that particular situation. Portfolio trading has proven to be one of the biggest ways of managing risk in trading overall. I remember when I was doing my MBA, we were taught that you could actually factor the risk down to almost zero if you're very clever using portfolio management, by using exactly what I've explained now, the best currencies for trending and the best currencies for sideways markets and that type of thing, and you just balance those risks down to a very small amount. Now in this video, I hope I've given you a good idea of why this particular EA is so successful, in that it uses 7 magnificent trading edges to ensure that it has the best chance of success in the trading market, trading numerous trading instruments at the same time. Just a reminder that the links to any items mentioned in this video will be in the description and in the commentary of the video. And just a reminder that the launch of this particular EA will occur at the end of next week. We are still busy doing user manuals, we're still busy doing training, all kinds of other things that we've got to get ready for the launch. The EA itself is already stabilized and ready. So from me, Alex Deploy, cheerio.